Check. All right, microphones up. Amplified. Check. All right, that's amplified. And OBS is using the microphone. Good morning. It's time for another morning game development stream on Friday morning. Good morning to you, bitches. It's time for some coffee, not alcohol. We'll get there today. Today's going to be a long day of game development with a bunch of breaks, so prepare yourself. You can see on the game title what we're going to be working on. It's pretty obvious. We've got very good progress here. There's some other things I have to make sure are done. The audio, for example, is not right, so I need to fix that. And I need to also... Or I believe we have that sound going through. Yeah, we do. All right, so that's good. Got that fixed. Last thing I got to do is switch the battery in this headset before it goes out in the middle of the stream and I forget about it. So that one... blow my nose too. Good Lord. At least I'm not as bad as I was last Saturday. I've recovered somewhat from that. My face doesn't feel like it's being peeled off anymore. No one cares about your face peeling off. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Nobody cares. All right, so let's put this bitch on. It's in the right way. My mic is caught. I've got my Claude instance here, and I've got my game. Let's go ahead and see where we're at with it. And at the same time, I've got to make sure I've got my profiler nice and small, and that my OBS instance is taking up only a mere half of the screen. And then I want this stupid hub to be gone, and I want my game in front with Claude too. But Claude can go backwards right now. All right, I think we're I can swear. I think we're fucking ready to go. Swearing is fucking okay this morning, so I don't have to worry about filtering my language. It's always nice. It's part of the reason to get out of corporate whateverness. You don't have the ability to speak freely when you are in a corporate environment. All right, here we are. Let's see what I can do. It's like computer crashes. I've got holes in my setup. Must have been unit. There we go. Well, this is not a good sign. When it can't compile from the Git, and I don't mean the GitHub, I mean the Git Go. It's not a good sign. All right, well, it's going. It's going. All right, I'm gonna take over control, and I've got him now. He's mine, and I'm gonna throw the axe at him. Hits him. I'm gonna go yank it out. Whoops, sorry. Yank it out. All right, he jumps up to the location and plucks it from his body. Let's do it again. This is not good. They're having some problems. We're gonna fix that because we're gonna change the way that the character's ground detection works completely. All right, so that right in the head, and he should jump up and grab it, which is the problem. What we want to do, it pulled it out. So what we want to have happen, it's very close. He's getting magnetically attracted to this item right now and even raising off the ground to go for it. Instead of having his whole body do that, what we want is for his arms to do that, not his body. So that's the that's the goal right now, is to get it from him being able to pull it out, which is currently working. Oh, that just missed his head. What a shame. I can't stop throwing the axe at him. I really can't. See, he went down to it and pulls it out. It's perfect. It pulls out, but he doesn't look good when he's doing it. So changing the appearance is the only thing we need to do here. You can just go down there and yank that thing right out of his leg. And I'll throw it again. Ah! Oh, just missed his head. This is going to be even more fun when there are planes of existence we have to worry about. See, these two have their ground check conflict going on. All right, so if you didn't know, these characters are actually... See this thing here? This is what determines whether the character is touching ground or not. It's this block way down here. And the problem is there's another block owned by the other character. And when they get on top of each other, the ground check starts failing. Yes, Chooch Master Oink. That's the word. I was able to read it. I did pass phonics. I used to teach phonics. Chooch Master Oink. I am early. I don't work on Fridays. I mean, I work doing this. This is my job on Fridays. I'm half retired. I am in the very, very best position I've ever been in my entire life. So that's why I'm on early. You can expect me most Fridays. I'm going to leave at 10:20 and go have lunch at my daughter's school because that's what I can do because I have time. And I'm going to come back and do some more. Then I'm going to have lunch with Kaio at 1. And then I'm going to do some more. And then I'm going to be done. And I have to do dumpster talk. So we're going to get a lot done today. But as I was showing you before, I'm going to do it one more time. I don't know why I stopped that. What happened? Oh, I was showing the boxes and the conflict that was happening there. We're going to be changing that ground check box, and it's not even going to exist. So I'm not bothering fixing that, because if I fix it, it's a waste of time, because I'm going to delete it. There's not going to be a ground check box anymore. They're going to be isometric, and they're going to go like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So fixing broken mechanics that will not be in the final game is not on the list. One more time, I'm going to just see how this behaves. I want to see which arm is being magnetically moved, because it seems like the body is actually the thing that is right in the face. All right, well, let's take a look at what happens. I go and back, and there's no limit. If he magnetically goes right to it, there is a limit. It's right about here. See this? This is the limit where it goes. And it seems to bring the back arm toward him. I'm just confirming that right now, because when I flip, the back arm goes toward him, and when I don't flip, the back arm goes toward him. Now, if I hold it for 2 seconds, it'll pull and pull, and he'll yank it out of its socket. And I can grab it again and go throw it at him another time. And then grab it and pull it out. I love it. I love it. I just need it to look better. Right in the leg. Pull it out. Pull it out, Biden. Oh! Let's do it again. Oh! Right in the forehead. See, he goes right up there. This right arm. Or, sorry, back arm. And then they fly in the air, and this is because of ground check compliance. What will happen is one ground check will have no ground over it, and the other will have ground. And one will be like, I need gravity to cause me to fall to the ground. And the other one is like, I'm on the ground. And they push against each other, and they fly in the air. It's stupid. So, all right, let's get these arms animated. So back to our agent here. We have it back down to its regular Sonnet function. And until I come up with a problem that's too hard for Sonnet to solve, I'm going to leave it on Sonnet so that we can continue going all morning. So I need to commit. All right. Currently, it's not really a grind boot failure. The way I see this is like, I guess it is a grind, isn't it? It's like playing Final Fantasy Tactics and going and leveling up your dudes, except for every level up you get is permanent for all of your dudes. And not only that, it's permanent for every dude that every person on the entire planet will ever have when they touch one of the dudes. It's pretty addicting, honestly. So yes, I'm back at it. I'm super addicted to doing this game. So it will continue to happen. It's my primary thing that I want. So that's what it is. I don't need a goal chart or some inspirational posters to remind me. It's the same kind of thing that made me want to get up and play Dota every morning. It's fun. That's why I'm doing it. So anyway, I am definitely putting in a very detailed prompt here to try to get this adjusted. This is a code adjustment, so Claude should be able to do the entirety of it if I give it good instructions. So the body will fly in the air if a weapon is embedded in a player's hand. The player body, not the opponent body. Player body will fly in the air if a weapon is embedded in the player's head and hover there for the 2 seconds. If the player is if the Okay, there's my prompt. I am using Claude, not free. There is no free Claude. So this is Claude Code. Claude Code requires a $19 a month subscription. It is required. You get a lot of time with a $19 subscription, but you wind up getting halted every once in a while. You've probably seen me get halted before. There are resets every 5 hours, so you can keep using it anyway. It forces you to take breaks. During those breaks, I often do things like animations. I did a consume animation last night after OBS crashed. I didn't turn it on. I did the consume animation and some other animation work. I made a tomato. I did some other things while the Claude was resting. So that's my strat. But yes, I pay for it. I pay $19 a month for Claude Code. And if you use Claude Desktop or Claude, the web version, it's garbage. It's absolute garbage. I don't recommend annualizing your subscription because your usage scenario may change. Also, the terms and conditions and capabilities of AIs are massively fluctuating. Think about this. When I started this game, I was using ChatGPT as an assistant and mostly did it on my own. Then I moved to OpenAI's Gemini model, which is the best free model out there. Then I moved to Claude Code, which is a paid model, which is much better. And I did this over the span of 6 months. I changed and upgraded my tool 3 times. Paying for a year's subscription and tying yourself into a tool is a very bad idea because the next one might be heaps better. Gemini is significantly better than ChatGPT for any project or IP you're doing. It is a million tokens. It has the best memory of any LLM. It's more likely to be able to get you to a resolution of your problem than any others. It's the most secure LLM to go against. This thing is not secure at all. It's working on your file system and stuff. But like if you want to work on a corporate database and like you want to look at like de-identified data and schemas from that and you import it in there, it'll remember all of it in Gemini. It won't remember anything if you are using this. In fact, you shouldn't connect this to a database, I don't think, but whatever. It's not your company's your company. I don't care what you do, your company. But the state of these tools changes too rapidly to commit to a year. That's a very bad decision if you do that. You should go on a monthly plan, even if the discounts seem steep. You are not married to your AI. This is not your girlfriend. All right. This is an assistant. It's a tool and it will change and there will be a better one. And it's not going to have your baby. I mean, this is your program's kind of your baby, but you get to have multiple parents along, tools along the ride. It's just not, there's no relationship here. You gotta understand that. All right, anyway, this is going. We're going to see what it can do. I committed. There's no risk. So whenever I give it a big, lofty goal like this, and this isn't even that lofty, but it's a pretty big prompt. Whenever I give it some big-ass instruction, I always make sure that I go into version control and commit everything, and everything's clean, so that if it makes a giant mistake and farts all over everything, which it used to do a lot more often than it does now, that I can rewind it. I have probably rewound about 40 or 50 hours worth of my own work on this game and just it disappeared into the ether and never existed. Because sometimes when you're coding stuff, you go down the wrong path. Sometimes the way you try to solve the problem is just wrong. And there's no amount of tool that can fix just wrong. You have to come with a different approach. That's the human aspect to this at this point. Nowadays, the human aspect is not how many times can you nest a loop and remember everything in your head. Now it's how can you design a fully architected system from top to bottom that doesn't leak memory, that is able to like do your goals, whatever they are. And mine are very extraordinary goals. I basically want an entire staff of artificial intelligences working for you while the application is running, which is crazy. So There we go. It claims, all right, let's read what it says. Always read what it says. I was lazy and I didn't look. Normally I do look. That's why I'm so quiet when I do this sometimes, and I have this thing in the other screen. So I'm reading it, and I'm seeing what it's doing. It's removing this code and adding this code. So I know that these exact lines are what are being changed. I can work out by the comments exactly what section of the code is being changed. And if I'm sharp, I can catch mistakes. Sometimes I do. And I have to stop it when there's a mistake that it makes. This looks fine. None of this is very significant, actually. Most of this is just dealing with the distance calculations that are being done and whether the body or the arm is the one doing it, which is what we wanted it to work on. So I'm not worried about that. So yeah, it's only doing horizontal. That was a very big key start. I don't want it going up and down. And I don't think it's got the arm. So I don't think I see any code here that's going to fix the angle of the arm. I think I see code there locking X and Y. And I don't think it's going to try. It's even not even claiming to do that. Now, it says this here, though. It believes the code that exists is good enough. I believe that there are button input scripts blocking this subroutine that does this. So we'll get to there. But let's test it and see what this did. If it made it worse or better or the same or what it is. I have a brand new pot of coffee I have to go get. It's already made. This is the end of this one right here. We got to get amped up for violence, because that's what we get in this day. Today is a day of violence and pigging out on food. It's exactly what everybody needs in their life. Oh! Alright, he's not reaching. But he did pull it out. I love the pull. I love the shaking. I don't love that they get all locked up like this when they come next to each other. We'll figure that out, though. I told you we're going to fix the entire way that's done. Oh! I told you there'd be no reaching. I do love the vibrating and the pulling. It's great. It's exactly what I want. Alright, so stop at the pause point to leave logs available. I'm going to commit. You didn't lock X. Just locked Y. There should be an instant get off me, you old perv, or something when Biden gets close. That would be funny if Biden was the only character. Remember, I'm going to have millions of possible characters. Now, having what I'm really concerned with boot failure is the actual decision making that the AI controller makes in this situation. Like, yes, get off me would be hilarious to say. And we can make the LLM generate a context-specific response for the individual that it's programmed to be, and that would be cool. And I think that is a good idea to do with some of these moves. But what is really important is that the opponent react by doing some kinetic thing, not talking. Like, this is a moment of vulnerability in my combat system for anyone who decides to risk doing this move. This is a very risky move for either player to attempt. for the player to attempt to dislodge their own weapon from themselves that has been embedded in them. That takes 2 seconds of vulnerability. And when this character's stuck there frozen like this, the other character has 2 free arms with which they can strike if they have a weapon, or punch if they're fighting hand to hand. I want the AI to be sure to exploit this window. This is just like the kind of thing that happens in Dark Souls if someone gets blocked or something like that happens. I want combat flow in this to be fun, dynamic, fun to watch. I want it to be full of different things that happen. I want there to be risk and reward, and I want there to be a lot of physical mayhem that happens. All of this is key. I want the background to become part of the picture as well. I'm going to get an overhead carry for things like this table here, and we'll be able to weaponize that as an item as well. And there'll be a different item type, which would be an overhead carry type item. This is also present in Smash Brothers. You can tell I'm inspired a lot by Slamfest and Smash Brothers with this game. It's essentially that, but then a bunch more. Anyway, let's make this work and tell this thing what's wrong. Sorry, I got it in the wrong spot. All right, here we go. It's going to alter think for us, and then I can talk about Smash Brothers. I need to make sure I get it to work for me while I'm talking, and then I can monologue like this, and then I go back and I can do whatever it is. So the stagger, I actually already have been working on that. So let me show you some of the stuff I've been working on that I haven't shown anybody. Knocked down here, this is a thing I've been working on where if a roundhouse kick connects to the face specifically, it has to be a face-specific kick. If a kick connects to the face, this knocked down will happen. It's much like in Street Fighter where the head gets snapped back. It looks like their neck breaks. And then they flip backwards and land and thump onto the ground like this. And then they automatically get back up. So this is very much that's not inspired by Smash Brothers. That's inspired by Street Fighter 2. But it's still part of the dynamic that's going to happen in combat here. And this is not the only thing. The stagger is also going to happen. When there's impact, there will be knockback and stagger. And all of these elements need to be like carefully balanced with each other so that when there's 2 human players doing it, that there's some sort of competitive element involved and skill involved with who wins or loses a fight. Also, the blocking mechanics, we don't have blocking mechanics transferred over to weapons yet, and that needs to be done. It's just a simple ask from Claude at this point because we have it working in Taekwondo mode. So all the code's written for it. We just need to say, hey, you know how you got blocking mechanics in Taekwondo that reduce the damage to different parts and stop cleave from being a thing? We'll do this now, but instead of making it cleave and do reduced damage, it's going to do bounce back. So like if a sword is out blocking and another weapon hits it, it should go ting and bounce back anytime that occurs, including a thrown item. So we're going to get all that sussed out, Boot. It does take a while, I know, but I'm working on it in the background. Every time that the AI stops doing work for me, I start doing these manual tasks like making these animations. Like, for example, the consume animation I just made. I can find. I hate doing this because then it starts compiling and it gives build errors because it's half done. But it's worth it. Let's look at this animation. So player 1, please. There it is. So if I look at player 1 here and I bring the inspector window up, if I look at this, oh, this isn't the right even window. God damn it. Is consume even in here yet? It's not. I need to find consume. Here it is. Okay, I've got it in my animator. Let's see if I can get the inspector back up. Okay, it's correct. It's just not in here. Or if it is. Oh, it is in there. Yeah, it is in there somewhere. Where did I put it? It's up here because it's part of an idle. Okay, so if I do this and I put the player into here, I should be able to see it happen. Uh-oh, that's not good. Oh, did I F up the idle animation? No, I didn't. How did consume not end up getting correctly done? No, this is a nightmare. Which one did I actually edit? Oh, that sucks because I spent a lot of time on that. It worked. That's very disappointing. It's not the end of the world, but son of a bitch. It does suck to see something like this happen. The animation window is defunct, though. Let's try a new animation window. Maybe it'll help. No, it doesn't do anything. If I hit on player one, consume, and play it, nothing. Absolutely nothing. What about idle? Also nothing. The hell? Well, that sucks. I lost my work from yesterday. It wasn't that much work, but I'll have to redo that. Man, that was a good-ass animation. It must not have saved. I know it didn't save because my damn computer crashed. It's been happening. It happens whether or not Unity is running, so it's not my game's fault. But I need to get my computer in a better state than it is, for sure. Stop the game from running. Okay. Physics were fighting against it. I thought so. Okay, so let's see if we can get this working better now. I think it will be significantly better. I knew there was a conflict. So I want to remake the consume graph. I'll just do it. I'll just keyframe that right in front of you guys today, even if the AI is available. All right. It sucks. I thought I was ahead of myself today. Now I'm not. The arm moves backwards. It snaps backwards, and the front arm snaps backwards at the angle it should use. All right, that's another big ask. So I'm asking it to calculate over and over again the position of the shoulder as well as the position of the fist. Instead of just calculating one vector and one point and then another vector and another point, which is a lot less to calculate, it's going to have to calculate the whole path. Calculus, anyone? You love it. I know you do. We're running out of coffee. I'm going to go get some. The best part about calculus, guys, and I wish that school was taught like this, all you need to do is conceptualize calculus to be able to use it. You don't need to be able to actually do it, which I think that math is taught wrong. I really believe it is. See, I'm teaching my daughter math correctly by applying it to things and by using tools to solve large problems and to get math to work for you to do things instead of having you sit with a paper and pencil and calculate out shit. And she's now like a couple grade levels ahead in math, and we're not doing anything about that. It's just the way it is. And that's, I think, because of the way I teach her how to do math. We don't sit there and do long division. Instead, we solve problems with division. So she understands what it is. We solve problems with algebra. We just do. We solve problems with algebra all the time, even just cooking. So it once you do that, it's like, okay, now you understand how problems can be solved. There's no need to do the work. We have tools to do the work. Conceptualize how the problem can be solved. Once you understand the relationship between a circumference of a circle and the area of a circle and a vector from the center of a circle and how those things relate to each other, there is no need to manually do that for every single X and Y value that a point could be drawn on, and it's just stupid. Why waste your human life doing that when you